Welcome back. It's Dungeness crab season in the Bay Area. Yum, yum, yum. And this year, state wildlife officials have picked up a new trend. People are using ride-hailing services such as Uber to get into secluded spots to poach crab. And officials have cited hundreds of people on the rural San Mateo County coast for doing just that. Joining us live now is James Ober, lieutenant with the Law Enforcement Division of the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. Thank you so much for joining us, James.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so I just wanted to find what crab poaching means in this context. Is that when you are going out crabbing, fishing illegally, like before the season actually starts, which I think is in 3 weeks or something?
Correct. So what we were specifically referring to was people who were taking them during the closed season. Some people were also taking crabs that, if the season was open, would be undersized. And then some people were taking what would be over limits if the season had been open as well.
Got it. I'm sure this is not a new problem, right?
It is not.
But what you have noticed, which is new, at least new to me, covering it as a news story, is this using Uber and other ride-sharing apps to kind of get away. Talk to us about what you're seeing.
So one of the nights we saw some people who showed up. A couple of people were dropped off from a car. They walked up and down the beach for maybe a half hour to 45 minutes, called on their cell phone, and then a few other groups of people were then dropped off at that beach. When the other group joined them, then they all got out their flashlights and started walking in the surf and picking up the crabs. When we went out and contacted them and issued them citations and took the crabs, the officers asked them how they had arrived at the beach, and they had said that they'd used an Uber. And we asked them how they were going to be leaving, and they also said that they were going to use an Uber.
And what is the benefit of using Uber? Is it just that you guys don't see a car parked there and starting to get suspicious?
So that is a distinct advantage, is that if they're dropped off by a rideshare program, there isn't a vehicle parked on the side of the road to indicate that there's people who are at the beach and taking crabs.
I see. Is this a danger?
What do you mean by is it a danger?
Is it a danger to the people who are engaged in it? Is it a danger to the residents of that community? Is it a danger to the crab population? There are many ways I can see this potentially being a danger.
So it does have a significant impact on the crab population. One of the ways that they designed the seasons for Dungeness crabs and other fish and wildlife is based around the ability to allow them to have a time to breed. And so when they take the crabs during this time, they're eliminating what we saw primarily was a lot of the female crabs, which has a much greater impact on the fishery for the next couple of years, because it's all the progeny that they would put back into the population.
I see, I see. And of course, you know, and then I wanted to ask you about the incentive, but of course I imagine there's an illegal market for it. People want them as delicacies. So what are you doing now to stop it? Are you stepping up patrols perhaps?
Yeah, so this summer we're very fortunate. A lot of wardens from out of the area were willing to come and work, and we set up details with a large number of people to be able to saturate the coast along San Mateo and in the evenings, and thus we were able to catch a lot more people doing this activity.
All right, we totally have to go, but I got to ask you, how much is the fine if you're violating it and get caught?
So that's always up to the judge.
I see. Okay. We do have to go. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Lieutenant Ober.